Say hello to the brand new Honda Dominator. No, that's not right. Okay, perhaps think of this as a baby Transalp or a CB500X.
Let's get started.
We all get a bit sentimental when legacy marques make a comeback. Honda's NX Dominator arrived in about the late 80s through the 90s, and even now we look upon it with great nostalgia. This new crossover is light years away from Honda's NX650 thumper. In fact, it literally is a CB500X with a few tweaks and changes. But that might not be a bad thing. Now, it doesn't really matter what it's called. So firstly, let's look at some basic stats. 196 kilograms wet. Chucks out around 47 ponies. A decent 17.2 litre tank. That includes your reserve. Predictably, a 19-inch front and 17 rear. And a generous 250mm of ground clearance. And LEDs all round. Not a bad start. We also get new, lighter cast wheels and at last twin discs for sharper braking. Okay, sitting test. Now, I am 5'11". I have a 34-inch leg. Loads of room, flat-footed. In fact, there's probably too much room. But I do think the NX would definitely suit shorter riders. The NX is kinda Transalp looking. I do like those stacked headlights. The 5-inch colour TFT screen is courtesy of the Alp, a huge improvement over the outgoing CB display. But no fuel range countdown, no ambient temperature, and certainly no cruise control. Unlike the Transalp, Honda have had the common sense to fit a mount bar. If you're not keen on the Roadsync system, simply attach your phone or GPX and you're off. But you can't charge your device unless you unplug this bung and pay for the optional 12-volt charger. Now, while I'm on about the Roadsync app, I have some good news. If you're not familiar with the system, it connects to the display from your smartphone and happily chats away with you. Directions, messages, weather and music, assuming you have a Bluetooth headset.
Music. Press right to play. Navigation. Press right to select destination.
I have openly criticised the app in the past. This is mainly because the arrow on the navigation system will only ever point straight ahead. So if you've got a left or a right turn, that arrow doesn't move. Big mistake. Well, I am delighted to announce Honda have updated their Roadsync app. Hallelujah. And we now have turn-by-turn instructions. All this is controlled via a 4-way toggle switch. It's a bit fiddly with gloves on, but at least it is backlit. Take notice, Africa Twin. Power delivery is smooth and linear. The shower forks do a good job. Brakes are progressive and predictable, so you won't get thrown over the front if you need to grab a serious handful. On quicker roads, the NX is just as stable and composed. And when in traffic, the bike shines. It hides those 196 kilograms very well. The turning circle is amazing, much better than my KTM Iceberg. The bike turns on a sixpence. And just like the outgoing CB, we have an oil window. And it doesn't sound too bad either. That 471cc engine is very efficient. Overall, the NX is such an easy bike to live with. Honda will sell a truckload of them. So have they knocked this out the park then? Well, as usual, I have some observations. This NX was fitted with an optional adventure pack, spotlights, handguards, yada yada. But has anyone noticed the glaring omission? Yep, no bash plate. What? An adventure bike without a bash plate? That seems a little odd. Now, I've been through Honda's accessory catalogue and there's no mention of a bash plate at all. That oil filter and sump are just as vulnerable as the Transalps, so it seems like an oversight. But, let's be honest, even though you can turn TC off, will many, if any, see some dirt? Probably not. Moving on. Those foot pegs could do with being much wider, and the distance to the shifter is too short. With your ADV boots on, upshifting feels very awkward and clumsy. Mind, I do have clown size feet. The bike is also a little too low for me. I definitely felt like I was sitting in the bike and not on it. If two-up touring is your thing, very much like the Transalp, the NX will do it. But there are better choices out there for two-up riding. The stock bike does not come with handguards, no USB or 12-volt charger. But you can pay extra to accessorise it to death, but no bash plate. For me personally, the NX lacks the laugh out loud power of the Transalp. When you find yourself on motorways or you really wind the bike up, it can get a bit breathless. You also feel a little bit of a vibration starting to seep through the handlebars. But motorways are not the natural playground for the NX500. Sweeping country roads, commuting and mountain passes are the name of the game here. So is the NX500 really a baby Transalp? Well, in many respects it is. It certainly sits in the same stable, perhaps as a smaller sibling, but best of all, it's around £3,000 cheaper. When all is said and done, it's a doddle to ride. Easy to live with, and for the price, the NX is a bargain. I really suggest you take one out for a spin. Reach out to the team at Honda Newcastle. They will be delighted to get you out on a test ride so you can try this new experience. Not entirely sure what that means. But whatever you do, get the white version. Now that is gorgeous. Finally, hit subscribe for more bike reviews and moto adventures. Thank you for watching. We've also got a little bit of crash protection. Anyone remember my test ride on the Transalp? Shit. Oh dear. Oops. That's not good.